Hey everybody, welcome back to Couch Potato. This is Sweet Potato, and today I'm recording on the iPad, but it's still Couch Potato on the go. I am on my lunch break at work, and I got about 20 minutes to film this before I got to get back inside. So, for my Halloween movie marathon, today we're talking about Species. Species came out in 1995, and notable people that are in it would be Forrest Whitaker and Michael Madsen. I want to say it's Michael Madsen. Anyway, we all know who Forrest Whitaker is, hopefully. But Michael Madsen, most recent that I can think of, and of course, Couch Potato would laugh at me because I'm sure he's been in stuff after this. But relevant to me, he was in Kill Bill. He played Bill's brother, right? So, and I don't know if y'all know, my favorite movie is Kill Bill Volume 1. I am an action movie type of girl. So yes. So those are the two people that I know. Everybody else that's in there, like, they didn't go on to do too much. At least not that I know of. But anyway, so Species part 1. I mean, not part 1, first one, because there's like 3 of them, and then like a reboot happened in like 2007 or something. But anyway, this first one, so pretty much the story is about this scientist who they went into outer space. Well, I'm sorry, they were sending out beams into outer space, sending messages across the galaxy, whatever, and then they finally got a message back from a different species. So in that communication, they got how I can't remember, and y'all just watched it this morning, but anyway, they got some of the alien DNA. So what do? Something stupid that we would never do probably, but they take the alien DNA and then they merge it with human DNA. So pretty much they did in vitro fertilization. So they had a human egg and then they injected it with this alien DNA. In that, they ended up freezing some of the DNA. They terminated some of the other DNA early. But one of them, you know, it took and it grew rapidly. Like, pretty much they injected it in, and then within like days, the baby was fully grown and was born or whatever. And then in like a few months, it was like a 12-year-old child. So they were like, the rate in which the I guess it's a human alien hybrid was growing, and her name was Syl. The rate in which she was growing, they got scared, of course. So they decided to terminate the project. How do you terminate the project? You try to kill the thing. So they put gas in the little chamber thing that they held the little girl in, but then she broke out and she went on the run. So she hopped on this train, killed a random guy who was trying to like talk to her or whatever. Killed him. Then she steals somebody's luggage at the train station and gets on another train. Now this is a little girl, and this is back in the 90s, so I don't know how. I've never ridden on a train before, but you know, they didn't check any tickets or anything like that, but whatever. So she stole some man's bag, so she pretty much had some money. She had a little TV to watch because she didn't talk, but I guess through the TV she learned English. So one of the stewardesses on the train was a black lady. Oh my God, this black lady, I can't even remember her name right now, but she done played so many black mamas. So many black aunties. She still be doing stuff now to this day. And if y'all go watch it, y'all gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. But anyway, she, you know, was bringing the little girl food and stuff like that. Well, anyway, the little girl started freaking out like during that night, and her body just started to kind of morph and stuff. But anyway, she ended up getting into like this little cocoon, and the the black lady came to check on her, but that didn't end well for her, so she died. But pretty much the cocoon, the little girl turned into like a 20-something-year-old adult. So she goes, she gets off of the train, and she's like in California now. And now they know that she on the loose, of course, because they saw her be on the loose. So now they own her trail. So the scientists who helped create her solicited some more scientists. So they solicited like 2 other scientists, a man and a woman. They solicited empath, who was Forrest Whitaker's character, and then Michael Madsen's character was pretty much like a government assassin. So it wasn't a situation where, oh, we just trying to capture her and bring her back to try to do studies on her. Like, nah, we find her and we kill her because we don't know what she's, you know, capable of, what she's gonna do. But at this point, they know that she a killer, and then that she morphed up and aged up real quick or whatever. Then they start thinking, you know, maybe she's trying to mate with somebody or whatever, because she's of age, and, you know, most species, their goal is to reproduce and keep their line going, and she's the only one here. So obviously that's what she was trying to do. So they go, they're on this like goose chase. They're like steps behind her, and pretty much she goes to a hotel. Then she watches, you know, a little bit of TV, gets changed, and then she goes to the front desk and says, I'm looking for a man. And he was like, oh, well, you go to this, they got a club down the street. You'll find plenty of men there. So she goes, she runs into this guy that she kind of, I guess, finds attractive. And a girl ends up flirting with the dude, and so she gets mad and goes and kills the girl in the bathroom. Comes back out, and her and the guy leave and go to his house. Well, she gets there, he's all extra, he go take a shower, she go watch him in the shower, and he comes out, and then, I don't know, for whatever reason, her like senses change, and she's like, can you take me back or whatever? And he turned all rapey. What the hell? Y'all, my phone was on. Okay, I'm in my car, so I'm recording on my iPad. My phone was on the freaking charger, and so it was on my car, and it was a presidential emergency alert, and it's a test of the national wireless emergency. Listen, I'm sorry because that was loud, but like, why though? What type of freak? I never even knew that there was an emergency presidential alert. Like, is it emergency that he gonna do something stupid? Y'all trying to let us know? Child, I ain't got the time. Anyway, so like I was saying, she tried to tell the dude she good. He get all rapey, and she was like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna stay. So she started kissing him, and then her alien tongue come out and go through the back of his head, and boom, he dead. So she busts out. Then they like hot on her trail. They see the videotape from the hotel lobby, and the dude tells them that he told her to go to this club. They find a dead girl in the bathroom, and then they figure out where the dude lives. Well, they get there, and they was like, well, she had a man if she trying to mate, like why she didn't mate with him. And then one of the female scientists was like, well, probably she have special senses, and she could sense that he had some, you know, type of defects or whatever, and he wasn't a prime candidate to mate with. So sure enough, they find out that the dude was a diabetic, so he wasn't a perfect mate. She needs somebody like with a clean bill of health or whatever, with no type of deformities and stuff in their bloodline. So anyway, the alien ends up messing with she ends up getting in a car accident or whatever. She get hit by a car. Then a guy, you know, he's out in the traffic and he takes her to the hospital. And so she her shoulders all jacked up and stuff, and then the doctor, like right before his eyes, her shoulder healed up, so he freaked out and he reports it. And then she goes home with the dude. So they out there kicking it, and then they get in his pool, and she like butt naked in the pool, and he's like, okay. He get in there, and you could tell he was like a generally nice guy or whatever, because he wasn't trying to just like make moves on her or whatever, even though she was being all extra and thirsty. So they in the pool, she making out with him, and she trying to take off his shorts, and he's like, bruh, you gotta slow down. But then the scientist and the FBI assassin, they show up at the door or whatever, and they knocking at the front door, and she hears them, and the dude was like, oh, I need to go get it. And she was like, you don't need to get it. And he was trying to get out because he was already kind of freaked out by her. So she pushed his head underwater, like drowning the crap out of him. And since he didn't want to sleep with her, one of her little alien tentacles came out, went through his throat, and killed him. And then she leave. But now she knows that they on to her. So then she started making some moves. So now, even though she was already steps to him and steps in front of them, she made strides to have more steps in front of them. So she goes, she dyes her hair, she kidnaps a lady for her car and money and stuff. And then she is pretty much hunting them on the low, and she cuts off one of her fingers and has the lady's body in the car. So, and then she went to the club because she knew that that's where they was gonna go again, because she had read the dude's lips earlier. So she's at the club, she let them see her on purpose, get in the car with the lady she had tied up, left her finger on the scene, and then had some explosives in the car so to blow up, so they'll think that she was dead. And they did, except the assassin dude was like, man, I don't believe that she did. That was like too easy or whatever. But you know, like, it is what it is. He started kind of freaking out. But him and the scientist lady, they was digging on each other. So they end up going to their hotel room to get it in. And then Forrest Whitaker character was like still cooling down there with the other nerdy scientist man. And then he was like, you know, you think them chicks over there are like us? And he was like, chicks find me weird, but I think that we should just go to our rooms and go to bed, because he was getting like bad vibes in the room, like in the area, because he's an empath, so he could feel, you know, different emotions and stuff out with people. So he goes to his room, and then in the meantime, the alien chick, she wanted to get it in with the FBI dude, but of course he was getting it in with the other chick. So she went in the room next door to see if she was gonna try to break in there, rape him. I don't know what her plans were. Y'all, this Fenty Beauty is so thick. Anyway, so he so the little nerdy dude, she just so happened to be in his room. So he goes in and he was like, man, who are you, and like, what you doing in here? Because she had dyed her hair, like I said before, to make herself look different. And she was like, oh, I saw you downstairs, but I didn't want to come up to you because you was with all those people, but like, I'm feeling you and blah blah blah. And pretty much she go on ahead and have sex with him. So the black dude, well, Forrest Whitaker character, he could sense what was happening in his room because he an empath. He could feel like her feelings and everything. So he was like, man, something going on. So he went to the FBI dude room and was like, bruh, she in there with him, and I think they having sex or whatever. So sure enough, they bust up in there. She then killed old boy because she got pregnant and she could feel it. And he was like, you can't feel that you got pregnant, like, you tripping. And she was like, no, can't you feel it? And she put his hand to her stomach. He was like, oh shit, like, bitch, you pregnant. And her little alien form had started coming out and killed him. So then they had to follow her down into like a sewer system, child. And literally the way how fast it went from her having sex and getting pregnant to her having that baby was like a 5-minute time span, movie time. But it had to be about 15-20 minutes. And anyway, she had a baby, and then the baby was like a freaking toddler. I said, what? Anyway, so pretty much they ended up killing the mama and they killed the baby down there in the sewer. But see, before that happened, one of the little tentacles had came off, and they had some rats down there because they was in the sewer, and one of the rats had like ate it or got bit, whatever. So they had, like, at the end, after they left, as they had killed them or whatever, they had one regular rat. He was like roaming around, and then next thing you know, you see an alien hybrid rat freaking ate the other rat with his alien tongue. I said, you know what? All right then. So it was good though. No lie, I had watched it when I was little, not little, but when I was younger or whatever. So it was good to watch it again. And like I said, all the movies that I'm watching are on Hulu, Netflix, or Amazon Prime. So this one is on Hulu, and actually Hulu has Halloween going on, so they have different categories like super scary, kind of spooky, not scary, stuff for the family, blah blah blah. So if y'all are interested, I know everybody not into you know, Halloween and stuff like that, but you know, if you're just trying to, you know, be in the like kind of creepy mood or whatever, it's real cool. And some of these be more funny than they are scary, because I'm not really into scary movies like talking about. But this one was a good rewatch, so definitely I'm gonna try to watch some more brand new ones. And I might talk about some like scary TV shows or whatever. Like currently I'm watching American Horror Story, and they got seasons of that on Hulu as well. So I'm gonna put y'all on some more stuff, and we got some reviews coming this weekend for new movies that come out. We got Venom coming up. We actually got to see Bad Times at the El Royale early, so we'll probably get a review out early for that. Just a whole bunch of stuff. So once again, I'm Sweet Potato. This has been Couch Potato on the go again. And y'all let me know if you like the video. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and just let me know how y'all enjoying like the daily kind of videos. All right, thank y'all.